It's time to work, and on a Wednesday, we've got Miss Natalie Marzouca here to talk all about the Pantone color of the year for 2023 and some of the trends for it. First of all, what do we mean when we say Pantone?
So the Pantone color system is actually kind of a worldwide system that recognizes colors. And each year they pick a color that kind of represents the shift in culture and what's kind of currently going on in the world.
Okay.
This year's color is vivid magenta.
Wow, I like it.
Yes,
I like
yes.
Was last year's like a bluey gray?
It was a little bit more, like
Okay.
kind of more muted. And what's so important about the Pantone color system is that it really influences fashion, which influences makeup. So what you're going to see is, you're going to see a lot of this on the runway, which is then going to incorporate, Viva magenta colored lipsticks and blushes. And so I always just kind of like to, kind of show that and show people, this is like the next big color of the year.
I mean, this is a kind of a standout
It's beautiful,
color.
yeah.
I love it. I mean, I love wearing these kind of colors.
It's so beautiful. And, there are so many other trends that are coming back for 2023, believe it or not, the 90s. So if you're not into bold colors, for those of us that are into like muted, more grays and taupes, like this color palette is coming back. They're shifting away from like the warms and the bronzes and going more towards those cooler colors.
I was just getting
grays.
into the bronzes and the warms. I was just starting to do all that.
It's time to switch. And also like that taupe colored lip. I don't know if you remember kind of that 90s grunge, kind of a smudged liner and 90s look. So that's definitely coming back. Also, there's also a shift when it comes to skin. Now that we're in wintertime and about to go into spring, summer, less foundation, more tinted moisturizers. So think BB creams, with your SPF, CC creams, less foundation, more emphasis on glowy like skin. Think of almost like a glazed donut, just that real glossy type skin.
Is this the time of year that you want almost like more fresher skin? I feel like it would be reversed. In the summer when you have a little maybe sun.
Right, well right now because the weather is just more dry and with this cool weather, you want to add more moisture to the skin. So if you can incorporate products that have moisture and bring it back, that would be best. And as we move into summer, go more matte because you're going to be kind of sweating and shining outside anyway.
True.
So, also the show Euphoria. I know the show Euphoria has inspired a lot of my, younger makeup clients to do like bedazzled eyes and gems and jewels. And that's also,
do you like glue those on?
Yeah, so like little eye embellishments can be glued on with some eyelash glue. So that's also a really popular trend. As you can see on my clients right there, that's an example of the little eye embellishments. And these trends are all over TikTok as well, and they just make for fun, photo shoots or parties. And
girl, that is kind of fun. At first I was like, what is that going to look like? But that could be.
It's really cute, and the gems, they last for several hours. And some of the trends I like to tell my clients are not feasible for everyday people. You have to look at where you're going, how are you going to be photographed, and what you're wearing, because some of the trends are just not realistic or do not kind of portray very nicely in real life.
Yeah. I was going to say, if I showed up on the show with, bedazzlements on my eyes, people would be like, what are you doing? But,
it's just
a
really
fun Instagram
Yeah,
picture.
makes for exactly. Some of the makeup trends are great just for a picture moment.
Yes.
And that's it. Yeah.
And then, I like to see like what they do on the runways, because sometimes from the clothes to everything, you're like, I could never wear this. Like, I mean, it's so over the top.
And fashion and makeup kind of translates into each other, and you just kind of have to almost do a softer version or a more subtle version of what we see on the runway to translate that into everyday life.
Okay, so when we're doing this, I totally get like the blushes and stuff. Would you do an eye like this?
You can. There are, like I said, softer versions of the eyeshadow. You could blend it in. I would do more of a lip, like a magenta toned lip, a cooler toned eye. That way you're not kind of competing, which is like the general rule of makeup. If you're doing a bold lip, easy on the eyes, or vice versa.
Right. I always think about that. If I'm doing a real, which I don't do a red lip, because y'all know I get it all over the place, and it's like chill eye.
Right.
So I don't get more eye because I'm like, my lip, it is.
Right.
Well, so you were so busy over the holidays doing, holiday makeup and stuff. Now I know we're kind of getting into wedding season. We'll start to have dates
wedding season, exactly. Now that spring is around the corner, prom and wedding season, engagement season just kind of happened. So I'm looking forward to all the brides that will be booking, and also have been teaching a lot of makeup lessons as well. There's, you know, I feel like a big shift in a lot of people just wanting to kind of learn for themselves, and you know, I'm definitely there to teach them all the things that they need to know.
Well, it's easier having someone. I've tried to watch like YouTube things, and it's
Right.
those are great and have the purpose, but it's having someone to be like, no, hold it like this, or do you know what I mean? So it's just the way
and a lot of these trends we see on, you know, YouTube or TikTok, and a lot of it, you know, it's just more for the views versus realistic people, real life. So when I'm in a lesson with somebody, I kind of tailor it to your needs and your lifestyle and what you're looking for. So yeah.
So good stuff. So if people are watching now, they're like, oh, that sounds good. I really want to get into this more in 2023. I have some special dates. Do they plan to come to your studio?
New year, come book a makeup lesson. You can come to my studio and just book online at makeupbymarzouca.com.
I love it. Thank you, girl. Happy New Year. We appreciate it.